Hey guys, I'm back again. I'm knocking these videos out. No, but because we were on the topic of Rona, there was something that I wanted to do. Back in January, I actually wanted to do this and I just kept putting it off. Basically in January, as we all know now, the end of January, I think I remember the date, January 26th, Kobe Bryant, along with his daughter and God, 7 other people, were tragically killed in a helicopter crash. And it shocked the world. It stunned the world. It just messed me up for a good 2 weeks. I was just messed up. Not only was I a fan of his, I basically grew up with him. Like, I felt like I grew up with Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Again, I was a big fan of his. Not only was I a fan of his, it was just the way he died. And the way he died and the fact that families were torn apart, the fact that children were on that helicopter and died, it just really messed me up. And during that time, I kind of had this question, like, kept popping in my head. And I would ask myself, and I kind of wondered how my peers would answer the question. So basically, this thing called life, right? We all know that it's temporary, essentially, and that one day we're all not going to be here. We're all going to die. It's really kind of sad to think that way, but it's true. And one question that kept popping up in my head as I was, I guess you can say, grieving the loss of a celebrity. I know it sounds weird to some people, but I don't think it's weird depending on your connection with that person or whatever that may be for you. I do feel like us regular people can grieve over a celebrity. You know what I mean? They're still human beings. You know what I'm saying? Every death is tragic. So anyway, the question that kept popping up in my head was, what do you want to be remembered by? Or, how do you want to be remembered? And I think that we as a people don't really think that way or talk about stuff like that. And I get why I get why someone would not want to talk about that, right? Nobody wants to sit up here and talk about death and talk about all that stuff. But it's an important question. And I've thought about that over the last couple of years. Like I shared in my previous video, I have experienced a couple of personal losses in the last couple of years. And, when someone dies that it changes you. And so that question came up again in my head during the Kobe Bryant situation. And it's just kind of like, how do you want to be remembered when it's all said and done? You know what I mean? How do you want your family to remember you? How do you want your I almost said fans. How do you want your friends, your peers, your coworkers, whoever, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, how do you want to be remembered? Think about that. I know that question can kind of be a tough one. It can be emotional. It can kind of be uncomfortable, but I really do want you guys to ask yourself that and comment below, message me on Instagram. Just think about that. And I would just love to see you guys respond. Okay. So yeah, that's it, folks. I will see you guys on the next video. Love you. Mwah. Bye.